Welcome to Security Check. Today we have a topic that Panda brought to us. It's a ban list discussion, restriction list discussion about bans also, because there is few cards that should probably be banned.
One that should definitely be banned. Like, one card is like, get rid of it completely.
Yeah.
No questions asked.
Yeah. Should we first talk about cards that should or should not come off the restriction list?
I want to put like nail in the coffin in this one like comment that is floating around like
every time
it feels like it floats around, and like Greymon X will and should not ever come back. No.
Yeah.
Definite no.
Have you seen the new Metal Greymon from EX10? Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Have you seen any Greymon stuff
Ever.
recently? Yeah, or ever. Like, even if it's just the red card and it goes like one cheaper, boo, tool cost level 5, they used to be vanillas. They mostly are really close to vanilla still if they have effects. Like, they are like one mediocre inherit effect. So, and like, people talk like trainings are a thing. You can unrestrict Greymon X. So would you would like to allow Greymon decks to have like
8 trainings?
Yeah, without sacrificing the space. Yeah, you could play like in black and red Greymon deck. You could play 4 red trainings and 4 black trainings, but like, you will need to make the space for those.
Yeah, and you need to play those if they don't come from the security or something. And like, the Greymon X is basically walking training at this point, because like 90% of all the metal Greymons that matter are like double colored. So it's basically always evolve for 2 cheaper, and most of the metal Greymons at this point that matter evolve for like evolve on top of Greymon in name for 3. So it's always like 1 cost into your level 5, and then you can like use like training you have on board to go to like 1 or 2 to your level 6.
Yeah. Metal Greymon X was like okay when we had BT8 Metal Greymon as our like only dual colored good Metal Greymon, because it always evolves on top of your level 4s for cost of 4. Yeah. So
that made Metal Greymon X a little bit worse, because it was like you actually had to use 2 memory to evolve. But now that like after that Metal Greymon, we have also gotten like Taigamiya that gives you memory when you evolve, and
and Cool Boy
is still a thing.
Yeah, like BT9 Cool Boy combined with Greymon X and Greymons, like Digivolve for 0, gain 1 memory, draw cards. If you have multiples, do that how many times you have it on field. And then you Digivolve for 1, and then you go to X antibody or something, the Metal Greymon X antibody, and then you use training to go for 1 to your level 5. And like, you could have started your turn by Digivolving with the Agumon, BT14 Agumon to BT5 Greymon, and gained 1 memory from that because the interaction there, and like, you spent 1 memory in this whole interaction.
Yeah. So let's like bury this this like comment that we see all the time that Greymon X should be unrestricted. No, it should not, definitely not be unrestricted. It's one of
Greymon X should probably be banned.
Yeah. It's one of the most broken cards they have ever made in this game, and like don't let like anyone fool you because Greymon stacks haven't been good in a while. That Greymon X is not absolutely ridiculous Digimon card.
It's a stupid card, same as Garurumon X. Those both can go for 0.
They probably won't touch those like here and now, but like they are also cards that probably should not be like allowed.
Yeah, just today I listened Vortex TCG's ban list discussion video, and he made a great point that Digimon has so much search, so much draw, that the limitation of card copies per deck to 1 is kind of pointless.
You probably see most of your limited cards.
Yeah.
Like, if they are not like unsearchable options or something,
Yeah.
then you can like go through them, see them in a search, and they get bottom decked. But like,
Yeah, and like, if it's a tamer that has like effect, the effect is okay, but it's not okay when it's like multiples. Then it's okay to limit cards to one. But I think like Greymon X, all the memory gain options, hidden potential discovered, whatever, they should go to 0.
yeah. It's like limiting cards is like it's just a stopgap to like this card is too good. Let's give you only one of them, and like then they're still there for like feel bad moments where your opponent draws the card, uses to win the game because they have the one copy, and so on. And talking about the memory gaining options, we must. If someone has watched our last ban list restriction discussion and many of our other like talks about this whole thing, we have been from the very start saying that all of the memory gain options, well, technically not the bad black and green ones that no one even know what the green one is, but like the Blinding Ray, Jack Raid, Gravity Crush, and Hammer Spark should all just go. Like, at least they should have all gone to 1, but like somehow they just decided Gravity Crush is okay and there's nothing bad about gaining 2 memory for 0 somehow. But like, but how did that go, Bandai? How did that go? Not
1 set later they print Megidramon and we're like, what? How could have this happened?
Yeah, but it's still like, is it like that?
Yeah, Tropical Venom.
One of your opponent's Digimon games on deletion lose 2 memory until end of their next turn.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah, but yeah, as we said, like most of like black and green don't really matter here because
the black one could also matter because Parabolic Chunk gives your own Digimon on deletion gain to memory.
Technically,
so like,
but
I was just tinkering Parabolic Chunk into Millennium.
Yeah, technically it could, but it's still a card that is like it's so unwieldy. It's not like you can't always use it and
it's more restrictive.
Yeah, because the others are basically just play this card, gain memory, don't do anything else.
Yeah, and in like Blinding Ray with Magnamon X, it's just like activate Magnamon X all turns effect without suspending or getting like feared of aces or anything like that.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, all of those should definitely go to 0. Just get rid of them. Yeah. Like, we don't need to see any Hammer Sparks, Jack Raids, Blinding Rays, or Gravity Crushes anymore. But at least Gravity Crush needs to go to 1 if they don't. If they don't do bannings, it should go to 1 as the other ones.
I think Bandai knows that. And like
they just didn't know it last time somehow.
Yeah. One, like, we have another category that has many of these already restricted cards, and it's level 4 X antibodies. We have Greymon X, Garurumon X, Numemon X, and probably Growlmon X.
Could be Growlmon X. And if it's not Growlmon X,
then it should be the Rushkillmon from EX4.
Yeah, because the rush, like the floating is annoying, but the fact that it can like float into rushing stuff is even worse.
Combined with Megidramon's effect.
Yeah,
like.
And as a whole, like, because now it feels like the Gilmon base is like in every purple deck.
You can play every Megidramon, in Millenniummon, in Gallantmon, in Birds, in like...
It's like in every purple and red deck should at least consider like, what if Gilmon base? Before
Gilmon base, they were all the Dark Animal cards. Now they are just Gilmon cards.
But it's like the new, like, because it's like it gives you memory. Depending on your deck, it's easier to activate the memory gain or like harder to activate the memory gain. But it can give you memory, and it also like floats into new stuff, and you can do more stacks after it, and like all of this.
If we only get to restrict one of those, either Gilmon EX4 or EX8 Garurumon X, which one would you restrict?
Oh, that's hard one actually, because like restricting the Growlmon X actually like limits the amount of like you can float into.
Yeah.
And the Growlmon X is a really good card. So,
but Growlmon X in one is just like if you find it, you can loop it the rest of the game.
Well, not technically, yeah. But,
with the Digimon.
Yeah, but
it's easy.
But you don't have you probably don't have multiple Digimons on board, so it's like
true. You can't
like
once per turn basically.
Yeah, yes, you cannot like loop it that hard, but like yeah, it's either. Let's get rid of both. limit
fair
both,
question.
Limit
fair
both
question.
to one or something.
Yeah, I would do that also, but I would
kind of want to see what happened if just the Rush Gilmon went to one, because then the engine is kind of still alive because you can still like float into stuff.
But you could only rush once.
Yeah,
and that's like if you don't have Gallant ones, but like that would be.
But
my choice also.
I haven't played enough against or the Megidramon deck as a whole to like really see what would be the like bigger thing, kinda. And it kind of, I guess the Growlmon X limitation would hurt the wider like engine more, I think, than the Rushing Gilmon.
Yeah.
So it's like, it probably depends on the fact that how much you want to kill the engine as a whole, and how much do you just want to like neuter it a bit.
Yeah, I'm happy if either of those get.
I think either one of those gets restricted to one, and Gravity Crush will go to at least to one, if not banned. But like,
yeah, I'd ban all of those memory gain options.
But we have been talking about that a lot, and Bandai just don't want to pull the trigger. So
yeah,
they don't.
I'm hoping that
they really don't want to ban cards. It seems like.
I'm hoping that because Bandai like they announced that restriction list is coming, and it's like almost a month. Wait, I'm just wishing that they are like waiting to see what's the response, what the people are hoping, what are the like.
We should probably like mention that. I'm not sure if it was mentioned like officially anywhere, but someone was saying that the restriction list would be based mainly on like
on competitive scene,
and it was competitive scene from like, was it May, June, or like it was from like the late spring, early summer, I think.
So like Megidramon, Sakuyamon, Royal Knights.
Something like that.
Yeah. Galaxy was not there like competitively, but Galaxy is stupid deck also. And
we were talking about that. Let's not go full to Galaxy yet, because I want to mention the fact that we were talking about Bandai not wanting to ban cards. This is like tangent to Galaxy, because if there is one card that should go,
it's not in the deck, actually.
Yeah, it's not in that deck because it's the other tamer. It's the Sayo and Koh, right? The blue one, because there's again infinite loops that end your opponent.
Two new infinite loops
that end your opponent's turn. Like, how were they able to print like an archetype with two tamers, and both tamers are broken as heck?
Yeah.
And like, I have said this in like our Finnish Discord, and I'm not sure if I've said it in like our videos, but I think at this point the most like frightening like line of text that I can see in a card is start of your opponent's turn, because that is the one time that your opponent, like not like me as an opponent, should not be able to like interact with your stuff when your turn starts.
Yeah.
That is like absolutely dumb. And
I don't get why it's start of your opponent turn.
Yeah,
I think maybe they wanted to like limit Grace Novamon's power, that you can't like go to Grace Novamon and keep turn somehow after that. But like,
yeah,
I don't get the point.
Yeah, I'm always like wondered why wasn't the effect just end of your turn?
Yeah, it should have been.
Yeah, because then it would not like make these stupid situations where you can end your opponent's turn
before it
actually like really starts. Yeah. So Sayo and Koh should just ban that card. It's a problematic card. We have seen it now multiple times at this point.
You can when we get new...
Even if the decks that make infinite, like, or end your opponent's turn when it starts and make these infinite turns, even if those decks are not like good, like actually like tournament good decks, they are still super annoying, and they break the like format of Digimon as a game like fully, because Digimon as a baseline should be a game where you don't have multiple turns. That is not a thing that should be there.
Interaction on both sides of the table in either turn, but like you should have your turn as your turn, not like.
And your turn shouldn't.
There's your turn. Give it back.
Yeah, the turn should not end before you have like basically done anything.
Yeah, the Infiloops always break the like turn before you get to draw a card.
Yeah,
and that's
dumb.
Then let's move on to the actual meta decks. Sakuyamon is a deck that's seen lots of success and is really powerful. There is like kinda two cards that are like, people are talking about the Taumon, the BT19 Taumon. Is it 19? The new Taumon.
The newest Taumon, yeah. I can't remember what BT is.
BT17 actually.
No, is it BT? Is it BT17? I guess it is. It's a Taumon.
Yeah, it's a Taumon. It's this one. Yeah, BT17.
Yeah, sorry, BT17 indeed. Because the Taumon Ace is the newest Taumon. Yeah. BT17 Taumon is like, I think limiting that Taumon, I would say basically kills the deck. Yeah, you can do the same things with Taumon Ace.
And BT10 Taumon lets you use plugin for free.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any inherit. It can also only use plugin. It cannot use scramble.
And that's like that's the restrictive version of the BT17 Taumon.
Yeah, and BT17 Taumon is like, I technically you could like replace it with Taumon Ace, but I'm always hesitant like
playing aces.
Like relying on ace cards to be like one as part of your stack as a whole.
Yeah. And like they could just like ban it or restrict it, and when we get the advanced deck, they could like have a like replaced that with the starter deck or advanced deck Taumon. That could be a possibility, but if they don't want to do that, they could just restrict the Digivolution plugin S.
That is something like that wouldn't like hurt multiple decks, because then the next part is like restricting yellow scramble, which is like dumb.
Yeah, scramble restriction would be like not good. It would hurt yellow as a color.
And yellow is not that good as a color at the moment, except for like Sakuyamon.
Or if they restrict that, they should restrict every scramble to one. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah. But Taumon, the BT17 Taumon is probably the like easiest, like limit that to one. So if you want to still like play Sakuyamon, you need to play more Taumon Ace, which could lead to situations where like you are losing like so much memory when your opponent starts to like break your board. So,
or they just restricted Digivolution plugin S.
Yeah,
that's probably like the.
You could technically do both and be like
kill the deck completely.
But as we were talking like at some, was it in weeklies this week? Yesterday, yeah. That they could technically just kill Sakuyamon now. And then
wait for the advanced deck.
Wait and just like redesign the whole archetype in advanced deck, or trust in the fact that advanced deck like brings the deck back up enough or something. Yeah. So they could. Sakuyamon has been good deck at this point for quite a while.
Almost half a year.
Yeah, which is pretty much for like Digimon decks at this point.
Yeah, except like Mirage Kagamon, it was like 2 years. But it's a blue deck.
It's a blue deck indeed. But yeah, so I guess they could just like gut the deck as a whole. I have been playing the deck like sometimes, but it's a good deck. I just don't like enjoy the play pattern. It's a little bit too linear for me, I think. But
Yeah.
It's a good deck and it should get restrictions, probably.
Yeah. Then we have Royal Knights. That is like every Royal Knight rated Digimon is like suitable for the deck. So it's hard like to pick which one should you choose. There is few options. The options included Last Guardian or Royal Knights of the Purge, but I think the one card that should be limited is the BT20 Omegamon.
The newest one.
Yeah, because
the one that can warp into Omnimon X.
When your security is removed and if you have one or fewer, you can play this and Digivolve into Omnimon X and ruin your opponent's day. Is how it reads.
Yeah. It also basically reads some decks cannot win if Omegamon is under Mother.
Yeah.
Not Mother. King Drasil.
Yeah.
King Drasil. It's like some decks just literally cannot win.
Yeah.
Because it's like, okay, I attack your security and then I die? Question mark?
Yes. And then you win next turn.
Yeah.
So like Omegamon, I think Bandai does not want to limit any more secret rares. So, boo-hoo to all of you medieval haters. But like...
I would not hate medieval going to one though.
Me too. Me neither, yeah. But like, I think they don't want to limit Omnimon X. So, limiting the most ridiculous like element in Royal Knights with the Omni X combo would be my choice.
Yeah.
Of restriction.
And I think like it's funny because it's like Omnimon X like a restriction would be interesting in a way because it's like restricting it to one would basically only hurt Royal Knights.
Because all of the other decks play only one.
Yeah.
Except the Magnamon.
But like the amount of decks that play multiple Omni Axes is like pretty low. So it's like
2. Royal Knights and Magnamon.
Yeah.
With
most just play like one as a finisher or like just as a 7 you can go into. So, but as you said, like they probably don't like limiting secrets. So it's like the Omegamon makes most sense in that case.
Yeah.
So it's like Omegamon makes most sense. Omnimon X would be interesting just because like it would hurt so little decks outside like Royal Knights themselves.
That's kind of why I see they could limit also Medieval Gallantmon because you probably only play one in a deck.
Yeah, it's like one or two. It's
or
like...
if you're like me, play 4 of it in Royal Knights and make people cry after like coming to play casual card games. Sorry for
everyone who have to deal with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would really want to see. I'm not sure. It's like I wouldn't like care if Omnimon X went to 1, but like. And medieval to 1 is also like...
It's reasonable.
Yeah, but I guess like...
You could also...
If you don't want to touch the secret rares, you should probably go for the new Omegamon or maybe one of the options.
Yeah, you could also like restrict the Purge because then you could not play stuff from under your Drasil and that makes the deck much slower and you could not like tuck in there as easy, so... That would be a fine restriction.
Yeah. But I think something should be done to the Omnimon X and Omegamon situation because some decks just cannot like it's fine that some decks can't win. Like you cannot win everything. I'm not saying that, but like the amount of decks that can't do anything against that Omnimon X like thing is
it's a big portion.
It's a way too high and like. If Royal Knights would be like the best deck in the format or something, that would like almost force everyone to play like those rookies that say you cannot and you cannot play like with effects because and like it became a situation where like Royal Knights themselves were playing those so they can like end the game against other Royal Knights or something. So
when we had the Spring Cup a few months ago, we have a vlog if you want to see material from that. But I myself played 2 of the Gotsumons because I wanted to have an easy no button for opposing Royal Knights or like some decks that play with the effects. And it was good.
It's also good against like partition, like Imperial Dramons and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, true. Most of the games I played against Imperial Dramon were like, okay, I play this medieval gallant one. Oh, and then I play the Gotsu one. Do something. They never did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went through all the like possible like metagame like big things, I guess. Because
should we talk about board design choices in Galaxy?
We should probably talk about poorly like design choices in Galaxy. Well, there's multiple of them, but like
we already talked about the Sayo and Go.
Yeah, and Koh and Sayo is also kind of dumb.
It's a mistake.
Yeah, because it's like...
Why is it so unrestrictive?
Like, yeah, and like Koh and Sayo was kind of fine, because if you wanted to like use it to go to level 6 or higher Digimons, you needed to have like double stacks, basically, because no one was playing like the old Dianamon or Apollomon in the like... Or they were played at some point, but they were... like
before the deck was good.
Yeah, they were discarded like pretty fast for better.
Some people play Apollomon still as a one-off.
Yeah, but like most of the time they were not played. And then that meant like if you had one stack, you could do things like put a level 5 under, go to level 5 or something like that, which is like it's fine, but it's not like
it's not cycling technically.
Yeah, but now that you have the new Dianamon, which is in archetype level 6, that is good, which
and has a solid inherit also, and it's built in removal.
Yeah, so it's removal, and now you can have like Dianamon attack, use the Koh and Sayo, put the Dianamon under, go to Gallantmon X, trash, unsuspend, attack, or something like that. So it's like you could do things like that before, but you needed to add another stack on the board.
Or to play these like not so optimal Digimons.
So it's like, now I'm just like this. And one more thing at this point, because now you can play these tamers for free.
Yeah. You have easy way to play these tamers for free.
As a part of your normal combo.
Yeah, and we just got this new Sayo. Autofocus, not focusing.
Autofocus, not.
Thank you.
It found the focus on top of my face.
Yeah, but because the Koa Sayo is so powerful, I'm like thinking, should I just cut this new Sayo out of my deck? Because the Koa Sayo is so much better.
Yeah, but the new Sayo is also powerful, but it's not a design mistake as like this. And
yet,
indeed,
it's a Galaxy card. It will be broken.
And then, like, of course, we can talk about the egg. Like, why do the egg and this tamer
allow you to Digiball to anything?
Anything. Like, why was everything else like restricted to your like Light Fangs and Nightclaws, but then this egg and the tamer are like, nah, go do anything you like.
Yeah.
Like, evolve into anything you can find in this game.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
So it's like, as I said before we started recording, I kind of like the Galaxy's like idea. I like the fact that I like the toolbox idea as a whole in Digimon, because we are so archetype dependent most of the time in Digimon. But at the same time, Galaxy is doing it wrong, because it's like, it's so efficient in what it does, and it's like...
This would be not so big problem if anything else or everything else was not so dependent on the archetype. But because Galaxy is like one of these few decks that can like not care about the archetype in your top end.
You can just play the best blue Digimons.
Yeah.
Like, play the best blue level 6 and level 7 Digimons you can find. Like... any one of them. Because we just recorded a short before starting this, which was your Galaxy deck list, and you have Dianamons, Hexablaumons, Mirage Gargamon, Invisimon, Galantmon X Antibody, and then you have Omnimon X in the level 7 slot that you can technically go to for free with the Tamer if you have a double stack on the board.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, I kinda like the idea that you have a toolbox in Digimon, but now the toolbox is getting out of hand because it has all the tools, while the other
box is empty.
other have box, but the box is like filled with stuff, and you cannot remove anything to add anything into them.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, so you can mix and match your toolbox as you like, and we have to play with our archetype. Or most of the decks need to play with their archetype. Yeah. Or then they are just like Gilmon-based things.
Yeah. And then the other card that should be restricted from Galaxy Engine is the Gargamon.
Yeah.
It's just...
I think
it's just stupid card.
I think
even with Mirage Gargamon restricted.
If nothing else, they should just like limit this Gargamon. Yeah. I think. Because it's like, it's one of those cards that like just when you use your like... put a level 4 under, evolve for 1 cheaper to this Gargamon, and then gain 1 memory back. It's like...
It's free.
It's free.
Without the Tamer that lets you do it for free.
Yeah. It's free and you made 2 memory because of the inherits. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so you just like, you made you made 2 memory more for you on this turn, and you drew an extra card.
Yeah. And... like, if you have Mirage, you just like... You net from the fact that you made your opponent also throw.
Yeah.
So, yeah, restrict Gargamon also. One card that we didn't actually talk before, from EX5, surprisingly, that could be restricted also is Biting Crush. Because if you start to, like, take down these best meta decks, Leviamon will be strong again. Or even stronger, it's a strong deck at this moment also. And I think Biting Crush could be really problematic.
Yeah, that is...
Again? Yeah. It once was. Yeah. So you
I haven't seen like... It would be I haven't like seen that much Leviamon lists lately, or I haven't like taken a look. But it's also interesting that you could like play the Gilmon engine in Leviamon also and do stuff like go to Growlmon X, then use like...
Leviamon, oh my god.
And then you can use stuff like trash Leviamon X into trash, and then like Protoform into Cerberus X or something like that. Yeah. And then you have like Cerberus X that plays some level 3 from your trash, and then it has like the floating effect of Growlmon X. So if your opponent removes it, you get Protoform back to your security, you play a Gilmon, and then like if your opponent plays something, you can go to Leviamon X on top of it, like with the effect if they play, or something like that. I haven't seen the Leviamon list, so I don't know if they have like tried the Gilmon engine, but the Gilmon engine might be dead after this. So
yeah, but Biting Crush could also be a good restriction.
Yeah, it's
just a thought.
Leviamon and the like Dark Animal purple base are still like good things. Mm-hmm. Like they are good. I guess Leviamon has some problems because of like. There are so many protections and like...
Leviamon and its deletion effects are like getting worse when Digimons get protections, but when we have these effects or stacks and decks that do not have protections, or they need to sacrifice other Digimons like Sendrilmon / Kaguyamon / Snöbutmon, so you will still gain the memory from Leviamon. And even though you didn't maybe delete their most important stack, you still gained 13k big level 6 Digimon that checks for 2 security and gains you memory when opponent stuff is deleted.
And there's also like decks like Sakuyamon, like they just play Digimons as a part of their combo.
Yeah.
So you can like leverage that for like Leviamons. I guess that's... I did win against Leviamon with my Sakuyamon in our spring up.
Yeah.
But that was...
It's not unbeatable, but if you restrict...
And it was more like Leviamon draw nothing.
Ah, okay.
Stone cold nothing.
And if you restrict stuff from Sakuyamon, then it... Yeah. I think you should also restrict Biting Crush from Leviamon.
I think Biting Crush is one of those cards that is like... It doesn't look that like threatening if you have in a vacuum. It's an 8 cost option,
Delete
delete
level 6
something,
or
and then you
smaller, yeah.
like set up this option. But then the option with the Leviamon becomes like, okay, I cannot anymore play anything by an effect because that brings out the Leviamon that kills your stuff.
Yeah, and nowadays all of the decks have ways to play Digimon with effect with scrambles.
That is true. So it's like, yeah, it's hard to say because Leviamon has been surprisingly
Silent.
and yeah, it has been surprisingly unpopular, but it's probably because it hasn't gotten any new cards and it's pretty old deck at this point.
Just wait.
yeah, but it's like it hasn't gotten like that much buff lately or anything. It basically has its best engine already and like best cards, most of the best cards at the moment.
Yeah.
So and people tend to like gravitate towards new things even in the West.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's like I would think that Leviamon could be good, like even at this moment, or it should be better than what its results say.
Yeah. It's also an expensive deck though.
True, because Leviamon.
Yeah.
And Protoforms.
Yeah, if you play Protoforms, it depends on the build also.
Oh yeah, true.
But X-Antibody is kind of expensive also nowadays.
Yeah, but I guess you should probably play Protoforms because you can like go to Cerberus X or something.
Yeah, with Cerberus engine you probably play Protoforms. If you play the Parusidramon and the other dude, I forgot the name. Dragomon, yeah. Then you play normal X-Antibodies.
Yeah.
But yeah, do we have something else that should be killed?
I don't know if I have anything. It's more like, I think, it's like, as we said, we think that like most of the option cards that are at the moment restricted to one should probably just be banned.
Yeah.
Like, I guess like maybe the biggest like, it doesn't really matter is like the memory boost, the 6-cost memory boost.
Yeah, or Jetsilfimon.
But like when talking about the options, the 6-cost memory boost is like it's a good card, but it's kind of outdated at this point.
It's really outdated.
So it's not. It can stay at 1, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's fine. But like it maybe doesn't need banning. But the
all the memory gaining and then maybe Ice Ball and Hidden Potential. Yeah,
it's like all the memory gaining options, Ice Wall, Hidden Potential. They should all just go.
Yep.
Like they at 1 they are super feel bad cards because it's like, especially like Hidden Potential is such a random card that you're just like looking at your opponent's board and be like, okay, they can't do much anymore. Hidden Potential, oh, they're going to do everything.
Yeah, but these are our takes.
Please put down in the comments what do you think about our takes. Do you have some hot takes of your own? What should be banned?
Greymon X unrestricted is not a hot take.
Yeah, it's a very mild, like lukewarm take that we will shoot down immediately on sight.
Yeah, but yeah, remember to like and subscribe, consider becoming a channel member, go and check out Card Trader for some goodies, and also ban BT1 Woodmon, and we will see you at the next video. Bye!